Hey YouTube, Fifa Hero here, hitting you up with another video. And this is going to be the first video of my new career mode that you guys voted on. I didn't give you guys that long to vote on it, but I did give you guys a decent amount of time, one day, and I already had 2 votes and a comment asking me for you to use a team. And well, I'm just kind of toying with you guys right now. As I will let you guys know, first few videos are going to be really weird because I'm never used Windows Movie Maker, and that's what I'm using. So if that's why the videos seem a little bit weird at times, that's why. So now, enough of that. Let's go into what team I will be using. As you guys can see, Charlaton Athletic won the vote, so I will be using Charlaton Athletic. I'll be playing on World Class difficulty. I'll do the lenient, and because I'm American, I'll use the dollars. We're downloading the latest squads. And just kind of, I know we're not ending up in Europe, in these European ones, but I'm just kind of doing this just because I like having that stuff set in for the first year, just so it's in there. And I also did see something else on my in the comments, and that was somebody said that I should use the Scout Future Star and the first and early on in the series. That way he can be developed. If I could remember what my name is. I'm just making sure the guy is called Fifa Hero, just so you guys can see I'm going through all the customization. Might not be able to read it, but I will be trying to get a better setup soon. This is just kind of basic setup, and I'm glad with how good that first video did, because that first video truly was amazing how good it did compared to other YouTubers I've seen their first videos when they first started off, and they end up about 19 subscribers right now, and their first videos didn't do nearly as good as mine did at the very beginning. So I'm very, very happy to say that my first video did really good. And I hate saying mine, because I kind of feel like it's ours, because you guys are the reason that it turned out being as good as it was. And I'm just kind of waiting for the preseason tournaments right now, and then I'll show you guys the preseason tournaments, and then we'll get into the actual season. And I'll buy the Scout Future Star, and then I'll show you guys who I'm planning to buy, and we'll see our actual transfer budget because of the 60% bonus. I will be naming this one YouTube. And while we're talking right now, I just want to know, what consoles do you guys have? Do you guys have the Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, and also what team are you using in your FIFA 16 career mode, if you have one? And right here, as we see, ooh, we don't really have any ones I'm really excited about, or ones that have a lot of money, and I'm not really sure of any of the teams that we're playing against, but I'll just go with what I feel is a smart decision, which is go where the money takes you, which is European International Cup, which is one I always end up competing in because that's the one that offers the most money. That one I don't really care about. They want us to reach around to 32 in the Domestic Cup. Nothing right there. They want us to look for a wingback. I don't even know yet. I haven't really looked at the team. So one of our guys, Ahmed Kashe, might be ready. Chances are he might be ready for the next game. And they want us to finish mid-table in our first season. I think that's achievable, I feel. And now let's look at our training. Actually, first, well, yeah, I'll just set up the training. Let's look at what we have at each position. We do have a good young striker here. That's not bad. I'm glad to see we have 2 young strikers that could be possibly good as we move up leagues. The outside mids, we have 2 young ones here, which kind of leaves me in a dilemma because, as you guys will see later on with me in the positioning, I want to attack more from the center of the field this year, which doesn't work with that, but I'm willing to change it. The defense looks pretty decent. Fullbacks, we could use a young fullback that has a chance to grow. And our goalie could use a little bit of growth, but so far what I'm going to do for training is, because I really want a good midfielder, I'm going to train Jordan Cousins and hope that he can end up becoming the next big player. I'll be right back once I've set up all the training. Okay, now to zoom out a little bit, you see I did work on pretty much all around with Cousins, and then I looked at Watt and I realized he's not that great of a passer, so I'm going to work on his passing, because if you guys can't see, it's a 51 overall right now for his rating for his passing, and I'm going to work on him with that. Sadly, it doesn't go up. Nothing really increases, as it hardly ever does in the first training session, but you do see right here's our current schedule right now. You guys, in case you guys want to see it. Don't know what any of these teams are, don't know if any of them are good, but then you do see second our season starts. It's pretty jammed schedule. We're gonna have some games where, of course, I won't be playing our A team players. I'll be playing our B team players in some of these games, a rotated team, and in some of these games they'll get our full team, the best I can possibly put out there. As I will, of course, look at the contracts now that I'm running up this year. There are a good amount of these I'm actually willing to let players go right now, because our squad does have a lot of, don't want to call it dead weight, but not exactly what I want. They're on a 4-4-2, which isn't bad. I'm actually willing to deal with that for the first year. Definitely fine with running that. But it will have to change later in the. It will change later in the series when I try and implement my own system, and I'll bring you guys right back once I have my shortlist made and my Scout Future Star bought. Okay, I'm back, and I redid the team, the lineup and everything, and right here's currently the lineup I'm looking at. Making Oak is up top with Watt, and then now I'm going to try and pronounce that name, and Birchadich are in our two attacking mids, and then in our holding mids we have Jackson and Cousins, and hopefully Kashi will be back, and then Kashi will take over Jackson's spot, and we have Holmes, Dennis, Bayer, Deraria, and Solly at right back, and Henderson in goal. If anybody is a fan of Charlaton Athletic, I'd like you guys to tell me in the comments below if there's a player that there's a reason he's in the first team, or there's a reason he's important to the club. That way I know before I sell him or make a bad decision with him. Let me actually readjust my transfer budget, because as you guys do see, we have a decent amount of money actually, $5 million. I think we could bring in a few good signings. Right here is currently everybody I have on my short list. You can tell I'm going for a little bit more of an attacking, because I want to get in. We don't have that many good young attackers, and I want to get some good young attackers in. There's Michael Falevi, who wouldn't be a big star signing, but he could definitely make a difference in this team, especially with some training. There's Joe Dudu, who of course all these guys have scouting reports out on right now. I think he could be another good young striker. We have Andre Kramaric from Leicester City, who once again he would be the same thing. And then Charlie Austin, his contract expires at the end of the year, so I'm hoping if anything I can sign him during January. Jack Grealish, that's a little bit out there, but there's still a possibility. Hamza Chowdhury, he could be a good young player coming in the center spot. Not a big, and with that afro, it'll be easy to find him. And then Tyrone Mings is somebody in January I would like to target to see if I could bring him in, because our left backs are a little bit weaker, and I already bought the youth future star, and he's already out being scouted right here. First day, we have Michael Falevi. They're not interested in discussing right now if his availability. About 5.5 for Jack Grealish, and about 14.5 mil for Charlie Austin. So with that in mind, I know Michael Falevi will be another one of those guys I might go for later, but Jack Grealish wouldn't be a bad player to bring into this team. But I do want to see if I can do a straight swap. Probably won't be any signings in this episode. Not really sure yet though, because all my videos are live, so I don't know what's happening, and you guys don't really know what's happening. I don't know if a signing's going to be made, and you guys don't either. So we can both be surprised if this works, or we can both be kind of like, oh, well, that went as expected. Charlie Austin, though, is somebody I'd love to bring into this team because I feel like he'd give this team a new attacking power, more attacking power. And that also means sometimes these videos will be recorded, so if you guys make a suggestion, it might not be immediately noticed. As you do see, though, I would have to give it a Watt would be really the only player that I feel they would find acceptable, and that's probably, I can almost guarantee you that won't be accepted. It's just me trying to maybe start talks. And as you do see, though, we have 4 things coming back now. Scouting report from Russia. As he actually does bring us back something pretty interesting. The young Russian left winger won't be a bad signing, and a young Russian left back, which won't be a bad signing. And I'll look through a lot of these more in depth later. He's another one we won't be able to get, and wow, Joe Dodo is actually pretty cheap. And Kramarek they're not really willing to discuss him yet, his availability yet. And the rest of these videos will be shorter once we get out of the transfer window. It's just they're going to be a little bit longer now. And oh wow, our scout goes out and he finds us a very expensive player, but I won't mind him in the future. And highly doubt we can afford this Shavenkovic. Maybe, I don't know how to pronounce his name. But we might be able to afford him. Once again, I'm putting in a very, very low ball deal because that's what we got to do. We can't afford these high price deals. But this is the end of this video. This will be the end of this video very soon. Yeah, we're not going to get in Charlie Austin. It's the end of this video. And until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.